Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Tara and I'm coming to you from Upper Michigan. My podcast is a knitting podcast and I only have a couple finished objects this week. I will post or I'll pop in a photo. I made the toddler raglan and I'm just gonna look up who the designer was because it slips my mind. I'm just going to look up on Ravelry here what her name was. It was a really great pattern. I really enjoyed it. But I made that for my cousin's grandson, so that I have it all ready to pop into the mail on Monday. And I thought about leaving it out, but I wasn't sure if I was going to get 2 podcasts this weekend, so I went ahead and packaged it up. Let's see here. You know, it's not too far. Oh, here we go. It is the Toddler Raglan Hoodie, and the pattern is by Megan Goodacre. So I'll show you what that looks like. And I just did mine in a solid color. I actually used the leftovers that I had from my Felix cardigan that I finished. So yeah. And then I also knitted this for my shop. It's just a little baby onesie with some cute little buttons. Pretty. Didn't take too long to, I think I worked on it for 2 days. Not full days, of course, because I do have a day job. So that's all for my finished projects. So now we'll get into my whips, and I think that I have some that you haven't seen yet. So that's exciting. I have a few new cast-ons. Alright, so these are, I have one finished sock. I think it was just a work in progress before I don't even think I was at the heel turn last week, was I? Or last podcast? Maybe I was. These are the Campfire Socks by Crazy Sock Lady. And I'm on the second one, and I'm past the heel turn. And just working my way down. It won't be too long. It's a 12-row repeat on those, so I feel like I have to knit the 12 rows at least when I work on them, so it'll go by pretty fast to get to the toe part. And then I cast on these new socks. That was just stash yarn I was using for the other socks, and this one was also in my stash when I visited a yarn store in Deep Here, Wisconsin. It is Wolbeline sock color, and it is number 21, looks like. So, I mean, it's okay. It's definitely a budget wool. It has wool and nylon, and then I just did a little stripe in one of my own hand-dyed sock yarns. But that's how far I'm on that. I'm just almost done with the decreases on the gusset, so just the first sock on that one. And then I also, excuse me, my bag fell down here. I am knitting these in tandem from the inside and the outside of my cake, so this could be interesting, right? Hopefully we don't have any tangles. That's the hardest part about knitting 2 at the same time, is the yarn management, at least in my opinion. I don't know. So yeah, I just have one of the cuffs done, and then I'm almost through with the other cuff. So this yarn is, let me see if I can, Up North Yarns. It was hand dyed in the Upper Peninsula in the colorway Funkadelic. It's got like every single color you could think of. It's really, really pretty. Very colorful and fun. And so that's all for my socks. I've got 3 pairs going right now. And then I'm working on my shift again, of course. And I am almost done with the ribbing on the hem. So then I'll just have to pick up for my sleeves. I did decide to go ahead and separate, and I'm knitting back and forth instead of in the round because this will be a steeked project where we cut up the middle. And yeah, very anxious to get to that part. Kind of not. I think if I wasn't like, I knew it wasn't going to be like a big hassle, I probably would like rush to finish it, because when I get to the sleeves I typically do that. But I'm kind of nervous that I'm going to have to, there's going to be a learning curve since I've never done steeking before. Oh, and I didn't talk about what I'm wearing. I'm wearing the Tulip sweater from Midori Hirose, and I knit that. I do have a Ravelry project page, so I'll try to remember to link that, or my page in the notes below, or the description. Yeah, but it was just some, I can't remember what the yarn is called. It's just not in my mind right now, but anyways, it was just some, maybe cotton bamboo, something like that, but it's just something I picked up at Walmart, so it wasn't expensive or anything, but it is a really nice summer yarn. I do enjoy it. This was a lot of knitting. It was you knit 2 of the panels and join, and then join in the round, so it was a pretty labor intensive project, but I absolutely love the finished product. I think maybe I bound off a little bit too loosely on the hem because it does flare a little bit, but I think it would be fixed easily if I did a fine black elastic, so I plan on doing that eventually, but I don't wear it that often, to be honest. There's usually not weather here to have a short sleeve sweater, if that makes sense. I feel like it's dressier. I usually just wear a t-shirt in the summer, if I'm being honest, so, but I do like it, and I maybe would consider casting on another t-shirt. Are you guys working on any summer knits? Let me know what your favorite is, if you have a favorite. I would consider casting one on. I don't know. I always think it's fun to try new yarns that I haven't tried before, so. Alright, and finally, my last project to show you today is my Autumn Alpine by Caitlin Hunter. And I have made my way about 1/3 of the way, maybe a little more than 1/3 of the way through the yoke. I'm just really enjoying knitting on this, but I pick it up when I have time to, you know, make it through one of the motifs, or a full row pretty much. And yeah, it's been lots of fun. It's pretty easy to memorize the stitch pattern on the row you're on. Once you do it a couple times, you're like, oh, I got this, and it's really easy to read the row before. So I'm again knitting that out of Knit Fix Upcycled Alpaca, as is the shift again, along with some Spin Cycle dyed in wool. I really don't have anything else to report, but I wanted to pop on quick and give you an update on what I've been working on, and I'd love to hear about what you have been working on. So make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment below. Thank you for the suggestions on my last video of needle sets and shorting needle sets, because I definitely want to upgrade or add on with a shorty set to my needle tool collection. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and thank you again for joining me.